Today, let's talk about my favorite highlighters. Yesterday, we spoke about my favorite bronzing contouring products. If you missed it, definitely check out my previous reel. But let's start with my favorite highlighters. Probably one of my favorites in a very long time is the Eldridge Elevated Glow Highlighters. This is the shade Solar Light. As you can see, it's well loved. A little bit of this also I carry in my kit, so that's why I've used up so much. But this highlighter is just perfection. Beautiful color for my skin tone. I also carry 2 other shades in my kit. A little bit goes a long way, especially if you're into something where you want a little bit of highlighter, but you don't want it to look quite obvious, but you want it to look like skin. This is your product. The more you share out, the better it looks against the skin tone. So I'm going to do that. Absolutely gorgeous. This looks beautiful, not just on brides, but also mother of brides, which I absolutely love it on. So this is highly recommended. Another one which I absolutely have loved for a few years now, the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush. This is the shade Tiara. It's the perfect champagne golden tone. It works pretty much across a lot of skin tones actually. So this is what that looks like. Again, a beautiful, very reflective formula. Again, if I blend it out on the top, you can see slightly more reflective than the Eldridge one. So it comes down to personal preference, but beautiful product. Again, comes in a lot of different shades. Now, if you're into more of a subtle highlight, but you prefer a cream formula, something that's easy to travel with, try out the Trini London ones. This is the shade Candlelight. It's called the Right Light Illuminator. This is what that looks like. I'll take some and swatch some for you. That is what that looks like. Again, I would call this more of my sophisticated highlighter. So you don't really see any shimmer particles. That's a beautiful radiance to the skin. This one I don't think comes in a lot of shades, but if there's one that suits you, definitely get your hands on this. Another recent purchase, but one that I've been enjoying to use, is the KJH Hyper Shine Light Pigment in Light Gold. It doesn't look like I've used it just because I've not depoted it into my kit. Just been using my fingers to apply it. This is what that looks like. Swatch it right there. It's more of a golden champagne tone highlighter. Again, beautiful, especially sheared out. Get a sophisticated glow right there. If you prefer more of a stick format, try the Merit highlighters. The shade I use is Citrine, and these are called the Day Glow Highlighting Balms. So if I can maybe swatch it right here. See that? Beautiful golden tone. Again, this comes in a lovely shade range, so you can find one for every skin tone. If I share it out, that's what it looks like. So again, very sophisticated level of highlighting. So these definitely are the kind of highlighters that I enjoy, things that look like skin without exaggerating any of the texture on the skin, especially because I have scarring left over from acne, so I don't want any of that texture to be highlighted. So I do tend to prefer these kind of highlighters, which I call is more sophisticated highlighters. They add glow, but without adding anything to the texture, if that makes sense. In terms of powder highlighters, last but not the least, I have been really loving the highlighters in the Hourglass palettes. This is the one I have out right now, but any of them. This one, for example, let me show you. This is what that looks like. Beautiful. Again, works well despite it being a powder highlighter. You can see fits right in with the cream and liquid highlighters because it can be shaded out. It adds a little beautiful sophistication on the skin, and I love using them layered over on top of the cream and the liquid highlighters. So those are my picks for highlighters. Let me know if there's any product that I should check out. Leave it in the comment section below. But tomorrow, come back to see my favorite blushes. So I'll see you then.